We're good to go. Um, so we're out here in Phelan, California with Cisco. Um, Go ahead and introduce yourself. Let's start with that.
My name is Francisco Davila. I have my gym out here in Phelan, California, and it's off of Phelan Road, 4272. And you'll see a big black and yellow sign that says Davila Jiu Jitsu.
Yeah, it's first one out here in Phelan.
Yeah, yeah. Crazy,
So
crazy little town.
yeah, well, and we're gonna get to that because I'm curious as to why Phelan. So we'll get to that though in just a minute. So what do you prefer? Do you prefer to go by Cisco? What's your what?
Yeah, a lot of people call me Cisco. A lot of my jiu-jitsu friends call me Chico.
Chico.
Because that was the name. That's like the nickname that Marcelo Mafra was actually giving me at first, telling everybody Chico.
Chico.
Chico Norris, yeah.
Chico Norris.
Yeah.
What did that? What was that?
I don't know. That's just what he called me.
Really?
Yeah, he called me Chico. I don't know if Francisco means it's Chico in Brazil or Portuguese. I don't really know, but he was coach, and I was like, okay, call me Chico, whatever you want.
Whatever you want to do, I'm good with it. Yeah, the Mafra's an interesting person. I we'll get to your relationship with him in a bit too. But so where did you grow up? Where was it?
I was born in Irvine, California, grew up in Placencia, and then moved to Fontana, and then up to Hesperia in '92, and we lived up here since then.
Okay, so what was it like moving that much, and was it tough, like growing up and moving? Because I know I moved a lot. My mom was a nurse, so we moved to different states. I was probably in 11 or 12 different states, and that was tough. It was hard to make friends and do all that kind of stuff. So it was.
I guess I can say that I don't have any friends from after Fontana really. I only have like one friend, and I hardly talk to that friend too. But most of my friends, yes, are from when I started my life here in Hesperia, '92. So yeah, those are most of my friends that I have right now.
Okay. So when you moved to Hesperia in '92, is that kind of when you started working with? When did you get into like martial arts? Have you ever done?
Well, when I was a kid in Irvine, my dad put me in a Kung Fu Sansu class, and I was there for a while, and then I did a little bit of boxing in Fontana, and then I didn't do nothing for a while until like 2008. I signed up at Joe Stevenson's, and I didn't stay there too long, only because I had a job that messed up my hours. Everything was really crazy, so I had to like go back 2010 and then actually start what I tried to,
What you tried to finish, or
finish
what you
I
tried to
never
start.
really got to start it.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna start again, but I didn't do really no jiu-jitsu in 2008. I only did it for like a few months, and then I left.
So when did you get your black belt?
I got my black belt 2017.
Okay.
Yeah, 2017 July.
So about 7 years of training, and
Yeah.
nice. Wow. Isn't that interesting how you start to look at the time frame of when you start and when you get when you get your black belts, or as you get your belts? It's kind of crazy when you stop and think about it. For me, it was like, I can't believe it. It's just this amount of time, and I'm glad I'm there. I'm glad, I've got my black belt, but it's definitely the time frame is weird. Like it's just so bizarre to me to think that I've been in this sport for that long.
Yeah.
I love it. It's such a surprise. Every day you go to the gym, it's a surprise of what's going to happen. You never know if you're going to get tapped. You never know if you're going to tap someone. You never know if you're going to get, you're either going to be the hammer or the nail. It just doesn't,
Exactly.
It's
I was actually the nail for a while.
I think we all kind of started there. But so let's go back to your experience with Joe. What was in 2010? That's what you started back with Joe Stevenson then.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
2010.
And how was the ranking? What did you?
Well, when I went in 2010, actually Marcelo was teaching.
Okay.
So-
Oh, that's right. No, he did. He was there with Joe for a while.
Yeah.
That's right. I forgot about that.
Yeah, I started in April of 2010 there, and Marcelo was teaching. And sometimes Joe would teach, but Joe was really busy. You know, Joe. You know how Joe
Yeah.
is. Joe has a lot of stuff going on,
Yeah.
man, and he's famous, man. He has to take care of what people sometimes. That's the thing, is that a lot of people always want something or need something, and Joe's like that. Joe's really giving. He's always trying to like. He's trying to put divide attention everywhere, and it's hard.
Yeah.
It's very hard because he's Joe, you know. But yeah, Marcelo was teaching there, and I got taught by him for 3.5 years, for a while.
So he was your main coach for a while.
Yeah.
Okay. And what was that relationship like?
Oh, he's strict.
Is he?
Yeah, it's like having a lit match underneath your butt cheeks the whole time. You better move. Like you better move, and you better do the moves right. Because if you don't do the moves right, you just all of a sudden you hear your name like loud as hell. Like you better like do the move, and he's real strict though, but a good teacher. That's what I loved about him. I always felt like I told you, like I had to like go, you know.
Yeah.
I love that feeling.
It's good to have a coach that lights a fire under your ass, because you definitely want to, you know, you can go two ways with jiu-jitsu, I think, you know, well, more than that, but I think you can really go, like, if you really want to have a fire lit under your butt, find a coach that does that for you, you know, and really kind of, there's also coaches out there that'll help you and just kind of mull you through it, but, you know, the journey's just amazing sometimes. It just is different for everybody that I've talked to. You just never get the same story from them, you know. It's always, you know, this coach did that and this coach did that, and it's fun to hear the different stories. Going back to Marcelo, I know that he, as a competitor, is very, very aggressive, and so was that part of your game when you went into? Was he pushing that with you back then?
And you know what? You know what? That's actually what helped me out a lot, because I was always trying to be on top, and Marcelo could be both. He's really aggressive, or he could play bottom really well, and that's where I got humbled. He sweat me all the time, every little thing I try to do. Sometimes it take a moment, because I think I was putting so much muscle and trying to hold him down, you know. Yeah. But not realizing that I needed to pass his guard, and then I started knowing the game, you know. Like it took me a second that I needed to do this, and do this, and then the point system. And I started realizing why I got points in the tournament. So then I started doing that in class more. But you know, I got humbled. I got humbled by him. He put me in my place for several years, and it helped me be who I am today. I know how to drop the level down on my intensity because of him now, and I don't gas out, and I learned how to just stay more relaxed.
I think that's one of the most important things to learn in jiu-jitsu too, especially because if you're going to compete and you are a competitor, so you have to know when to turn it up and when to turn it down a little bit to make sure that you've got that next match coming up.
Exactly.
So.
Yeah, especially if you have like five matches, 7 matches.
Dude, you know what? I see some of these blue belt brackets. I'm like, holy shit! You got 38 people in your bracket. Good luck, buddy. Go start running hills, because shoot, it's crazy.
In 2000, when I had my blue belt and I did Worlds, and at the Pyramid there was 89 people.
Holy shit!
In my bracket.
89.
And everybody was always telling me beware of the blue belt brackets, because there's a lot of blue belts out there.
Do you ever wonder, like, now that you're where you are, do you ever look back and go, okay, I wonder where those blue belts are? Like anybody that you competed against, I wonder where they're at now. Do you ever stop and?
I'm friends with a lot of them, because of course when you go to tournaments, you exchange info.
Yeah.
And, I'd say about that day, I probably half of them don't do jiu-jitsu anymore.
Really?
Yeah.
I wonder why. Did the blue belt lose, or? You know, just
I don't know. I guess maybe it could be anything. Family, you know.
Yeah.
A lot of stuff happens sometimes. So I try to keep my mind big and realize that there's everybody's battling their own battles.
They have their own demons, man. They do. And I know that you've had your struggles.
Yeah.
You've had some struggles going on, and in your personal life, and I'm always amazed at the heart when somebody has their own gym and they have those personal struggles and those demons going on outside, and they're still able to come in and do what you do. it takes a lot of heart and soul. And so you're an inspiration to me because I've got my own things going on, and you know everybody does, like you said, and we've all had some tragedy in our life, and sometimes it can be defeating. It's tough. Do you think that jiu-jitsu helps with that? Do you think that that helps keep your mentality
Yeah,
straight?
I really do think so. I think it saved my life. I think it's that important. Like, people are battling their own demons, like you said, and they need that little bit of guidance, like that little bit of direction. And jiu-jitsu, when I was struggling, you know what, I'd be sad, and I didn't want nobody to see me sad in class, because sometimes I felt like people don't want to see that. They just want a black belt there, and they just want no emotions. They don't want none of that. They just want you to be
A robot and teach?
yeah. And it took me, and you know what's crazy is that the love for this life, now it was hard for me to understand that. It was hard for me to understand what they need, you know, because like I just told you, everybody's battling their own battles. So I don't know what they came to the gym with. Did they come with a lot of issues that day, or you know, they get off the freeway in a bad mood, bad day at work? So I'm just like, you know, I gotta just go in there and be me and do the best I can. And if they like me, they do. If they don't, they don't. And it's like I finally started realizing like people are gonna judge me at the end of when I'm laying down in that coffin. People are gonna think whatever they want to think of me. So I better be the best I can be, have that common decency, and just do what I need to do, live my life, you know. And jiu-jitsu finally taught me that. Like, it took me a while. Like, now I come in here, I know I had a bad day, but I come in here, I'm like, you know, I'm here to do what people want me to do. Not, you're right, a robot, yeah, like a robot. But at the same time, they're coming in here to pick my mind. That's gold to them.
Yeah,
what they're learning.
Absolutely.
And then the feeling of after they roll, and after we roll, we do the hard warm-up after class, and then everybody's like laying there with their legs stretched against the wall, tired. Everybody's like, it was worth it.
Yeah.
You know, yeah, bad day, but this is what they came here for.
Right.
But it took me a while to realize that I have demons, they have demons, and I'm here to help them out for 2 hours.
Yeah, you get to impart your knowledge and your friendship
Yeah.
for 2 hours, and that 2 hours could save somebody's life. That's the thing, man. I see jiu-jitsu as it keeps my head straight. It 100% keeps my head straight. After my sister passed, I mean, I still have my days, and you know, I get sad, but I go and I train. I walk off that mat, my brain is just straight. Like, I walk out and I'm like, oh my God, this is the best feeling on the planet, you know. You leave all of your energy there, and everybody there is there to help you in a way, I think. So that's important to me. But I appreciate you sharing. I really do. It means a lot. I know it's tough right now with everything that's going on with the COVID thing, and I'm glad that you're still here and still pushing, brother. It's important. So, because those people are going to be here. They need you. They need this. Yeah. So okay. So off the depression stuff. Let's get on to something good. So competing. How do you feel about, like, what do you prefer? Gi, no gi? Which do you, competing wise, or do you care?
I love both. I usually look for competitions that has both.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Like, you know, the next day gi or the day before.
I love those tournaments.
Yeah, so I usually try to do those. I'm waiting. I lost 30 pounds, and then I was actually down more, but my knee threw me out for a second, and I still have that itch in me right now. I'm like, man, I just want to compete, so that's why I shouldn't have been training yesterday, but I was like, dude, watching videos and some of the things I see in the videos, I'm like, man, I want to go. I just want to compete. That's it.
Yeah.
And I'm here in August, or when is everything?
Yeah, I'm here in August, so I'm hoping.
Yeah.
That'd be great if we can get something going. That'd be fantastic.
Yeah.
I know there's some underground ones going on. You know, Jeff Glover's doing his thing right now, so that's kind of cool. But I think that once all this craziness ends, we're going to see kind of a resurgence and everybody getting back to it, and I think that'll be good. But so competing wise, you injured your knee.
Injured my knee.
Yeah, so you were losing weight to compete at what?
I'm trying to go down to 197.
Okay.
20 something, I think 203. I
Okay.
think that's what it was. So I'm trying to stay around there. So my cutting weight would be maybe like I'd probably be like at 207 or
Okay.
something, walking around.
And you lost 30 pounds.
I had lost 45.
Oh shit! Oh
Yeah, and then I gained like 15 pounds back.
Wow, that's interesting. So how did you? Because when I saw you before, I don't remember you being that heavy. What did you do to cut the weight? What was the? 45. That's a lot of weight.
Fasting.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't eat. I eat from 12 p.m. to 6 p.m. and then from 6 p.m. all the way to 12 the next day. I don't eat. So
you
it's
do
18 hour.
The intermittent fasting thing.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh wow.
18 hour, and then been eating a lot of just veggies, rice. Sometimes I don't even eat meat. Sometimes I just eat my veggies like my peas and my lentils and everything with my rice and everything, and that's all I eat. Sometimes I crave meat. Usually I do, but it's weird. Like right now, I think because maybe I hook up those veggies so good that it makes me forget.
Don't worry about it.
Makes me forget. And I'm trying to stay away from the salts, but it's hard, man.
Yeah.
I love hooking it up. I like making my food all bomb.
That's hilarious. Yeah, because I have a hard time with that too. I love food. I love to eat. I just love food. And thank God for jiu-jitsu, because I would have an issue. I love food. So it's losing the 45. What competition? Where were you looking at competing? What was the?
I was just gonna jump into whatever. I was just trying to get it ready ahead of time.
Yeah.
And what it was is probably because when I lost the weight, I was running a lot. I was running like 7 miles, bro, or a little bit over 7 miles.
Nice.
Yeah, because from here to home, it's like 3.7, 3.8.
Okay.
So I would go boom, then go back again. So like, it's weird. Like I would do it like sometimes twice a day, and I shouldn't have been. And I was losing the weight, and I think it was bad on my knees.
Oh.
So I was trying to get this. I was trying to go for the electric chair on somebody, and I tried to scoot out because they kept pushing my head away when I kept trying to scoot under, and they were cross facing me. And as I went to scoot in one more time, I just heard a loud tear, and I was just like, okay, that's what that is.
That's
so.
Joshi. There it is.
So I chilled out for a little bit, and then I had to go see the doctor, get an MRI, and then I went to go see a specialist. And next thing you know, they're telling me that I need surgery, but I'm not gonna get surgery, bro.
Yeah. No.
No.
Are you gonna try to?
I'm just gonna ride it out. I'm just gonna wait till I get older to get surgery. Not right now, man.
Okay.
It'll put me out for a while, and I can't teach. And I won't be able to do a lot of stuff. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, it makes sense. I mean, as long as you can handle it. I mean, that's your health is important. It's just
Yeah, like I said, I should have been rolling yesterday, but I've been dying of boredom, man.
Oh, it's terrible right now.
Yeah.
It's terrible. There's nothing on TV, so there's nothing going on.
Don't do what I'm doing, kids. I'm just telling you right now. Listen to the doctor.
Don't do as I don't. What is that? Don't do as I do. Do as I no. Don't do as I say. Do as I do. No, can't even do that because you can't do what you do. You get hurt.
Yeah.
So, going back in time a little bit. When you were training, it seems to me like Marcelo really did kind of take you under his wing. How did that relationship start? Was it just kind of, hey, you were there all the time, or what was how did that relationship kick off?
I started training at Cobra Kai, and I didn't have anywhere to live at one time. I was before Cobra Kai. I was, of course, through my life, I was a runaway, homeless, and I could have went back with my family or lived with my family, but I chose to not live with my family. So sometimes I'd stay months away, living in the streets. And
really,
yeah. And I started feeling like when I started training at Cobra Kai, I was going through hard times where I felt like I was gonna go back towards those footsteps again. Like I wanted to just not care about anything, and that's really stupid of me because my family loves me, man. My parents love me. Just had a really bad, hard times with them, you know, and I did that, but I was gonna be homeless again, man, and I wasn't gonna have anywhere to live at, and Marcelo pretty much said, "Hey, man, come and live at the Fighter House," and then the Fighter House was a house out kind of like in the middle of nowhere in the desert, and a bunch of the fighters lived there, like that fought out of Cobra Kai and some of the competitors, and I stayed there for a while and trained with them. Chico Norris, get up, training, you know, and nobody was allowed to wake up late. If you woke up late, you're in trouble with Marcelo. Marcelo's gonna make you pay for it, like if you're on the mat, you know. And always up early, so I had to be up early, ready to go and train whatever Marcelo wanted to do. Go down the hill, train at Lucas Leches, and come back up and just train. Come back up for me just to teach the next class, and then train again at night, and then go back home and go back in the garage. So we had a mad garage at the Fighter House, and we practiced this move because he wanted it perfect, and so that was the life we were living. So yeah, he took me under his wing, man, and of course he had hard times too. You know, they had differences, so he went his own way and came back. He came back to Cobra Kai and then left again, and you know, I miss the guy. He's a great guy. I saw him at La Pella Cup not too long ago.
Oh, okay.
We talked, you know, and pretty much squashed whatever it was, you know, like, because me and him, we had our hard times also, you know. I was being stupid. I at one time I was being really rude to somebody, and I should have not been rude. And he put me in my place about that. He's right about that. But you know, we choose our battles, and I chose a battle that kind of like messed with my friendship with Marcelo. And
I didn't know that.
Yeah, but love the guy. I would do anything for him, and he knows that. And we're cool. And I love the guy. I want what I really want is next time his tournament happens, the La Pella Cup. Yep. I really want everybody to push that because he's been trying to get it going every year, and he always finds great locations to do it at. So that's like if like spread the word because you know, a lot of people come from all over the place just to do that tournament.
Yeah.
You know, because they know Marcelo. You know.
Yeah. Let's. Maybe we can sit down and do an interview with him. Sit down and talk with him. Push that a little bit too. That'd be fun.
Heck yeah.
I know he's got a pretty good story too. So, you know, one of the hardest things I think as guys is to admit, number one, when we're wrong or when we screw up, and that's always tough to admit to people. And you know, it takes balls to be able to step up and say, hey, I'm sorry, and it takes guts to be able to do that, because sometimes it's like one of the hardest things to do, because sometimes we feel, I don't know, maybe we feel weak or whatever, but you know, to me, it's not a sign of weakness when you say I'm sorry. It's kind of building that bridge back together and just building that foundation again. And so I'm glad that you guys were able to squish that.
Yeah, he's doing a good thing. He's trying to make the jiu-jitsu community, everything grow stronger up here. And that tournament, when I went to that tournament, I saw people from all different schools, and I was like, we need this up here.
Yeah.
You know, 'cause
we do.
We don't have it really.
No,
like,
we don't.
It's down the hill or Vegas. You gotta go. This is, like I said, it's a little desert, and we got some good guys up here. You know, a lot of good guys up here.
There's some. You know, it's funny. I think it's kind of we're overlooked a little bit. Like we get overlooked quite a bit. You know, it's like, well, where the hell is Feeling? You know, it's so. How did you end up with a gym here in Feeling? What drove you here?
What happened was that I when I was at Cobra Kai, I wanted to open up a gym for a while, and the only reason I wanted to open up a gym is because they put the idea in my head. They wanted me to start another gym somewhere. I was like, oh, okay, cool. And ever since they put that in my head, I always wanted to open a gym.
Okay.
And I ended up moving out here with my girlfriend, and then she was like, well, you know, you should open your own gym. You always wanted to,
Yeah.
you know, like, why don't you do one here? And I was like, in Phelan? I was like,
What?
Nah, I don't think so. I was like, I'm good. But then I ended up like searching around. She's like, yeah, look, let's look around. And she helped me, and we looked around and found this spot right here. And I'm hoping that things keep going the way they are. We keep growing and get another spot or get a bigger spot, whatever it is, you know, like. But yeah, I ended up moving out here in 2017, and then I finally told everybody that I was thinking about opening up a gym. I kind of felt like they didn't take me serious. I kind of felt like they didn't believe me. Like
Okay.
And then I sent the pictures of all the mats, and somebody probably thought it was fake, you know. But I took pictures of all the mats that I bought. And they were like, "Where'd you get those mats?" And I was like, "Don't worry about it, man. Little by little, I'm saving up money, and I'm buying everything, and I'm gonna show you guys that I'm serious." And next thing you know, I'm telling them, "Hey, bro, I found a spot. I'm thinking about renting it out." It was like 3 months before I even rented it out, which is this one.
Okay.
And I told them, and they were like, "Oh, okay." And then I finally told them, "Hey, I'm leaving. I'm coming over here. I want to branch out Cobra Kai, and you know, or if it's okay with you guys." And you know, I think they didn't want me to leave. You know, I understand. But it was time for me to start something that I was dreaming about for a long time, and I finally did it. And I'm here, man, talking to you. Look where we're at now.
No regrets, man. No regrets.
Yeah.
It's funny how you know that seed gets planted, and I think a lot of people who go through the jiu-jitsu life and do this kind of stuff and grow, I mean, it is their intent eventually to maybe open a gym. I know a lot of black belts go that direction, and I tried it. I know it's tough. Running a business and being a coach and having that label, it's tough.
Talking to the customers, and they come in and
Yeah.
everything. Like,
Yeah.
I have to do, man, that I never thought, you know what? And I thought it was going to be the easiest thing when I first thought about it. I was like, oh, I got it down. Like, but no, I got it. Like people are here, like I told you earlier, the people are here to, they want your time.
Yeah.
And then when somebody walks in and they need to talk to somebody, if I ignore them,
They turn around and walk out.
they turn around and walk out.
Sure.
And so at the same time, I have to talk to them. And at the same time, I have to tell the kids, hey, you need to chill out. You guys need to act right. Do what I told you to do. And they start messing around. So I'm like being an octopus. Like, you already know, like, I'm trying to do everything at the same time, man. One thing, that's what I have to be. You know, I have to be pretty much an octopus. Clean, teach, sell, freaking promote, make flyers. I'm doing everything pretty much,
Yeah.
you know.
Did you think it was going to be this much? Not really.
No, I didn't. Dude. But is it worth it? Yeah, it's worth it. Seeing the smiles on the kids when they graduate or they get a scholarship for wrestling or something.
Yeah.
That I've teared up many times. And they tell me, "Hey, coach, I'm going to college because of wrestling," and they give me a hug, thank you, and I'm like, damn, like they didn't think. I never imagined myself in that position when I was being homeless. You know.
Right.
I thought I was just gonna be partying and being a dumbass.
Yeah. Well, look at you now, man. You are an inspiration to young people, and that right now is super important. I think that's missing in a lot of fields. I think that's missing in a lot of kids' lives right now. And I see it with our gym too. You know, our kids, they need that inspiration. They look up to the coaches. They look up to the higher belts, and they look up to, you know, the people that are there. And I think it helps. It genuinely becomes a family, you know. And I think that's one thing I've always liked about jiu-jitsu. And I don't know about boxing or anything like that. I boxed for a little bit, but nothing major. But I really felt like a connection to this sport. I don't know. So, and I think I hope that continues with you, because
I got a question for you, man.
Sure.
What do you think when somebody leaves the gym, doesn't tell nobody, they just block you and everything, and then you find out later, you finally talk to this person, and you know, because you're talking about it's like a family, you know.
Yeah.
What do you think when this person says, or let's say this happened to you, and this person tells you, "Hey, no harm. It's just this is about business. It's not about. It's more of a business relationship, not a family thing." You know, for me.
See, that's I think that's the hardest thing for a coach to hear, because we do put a lot into it. Like we put, I don't own a gym, but I still help coach at the down the hill and at sector, and that's a hard thing to hear. It hurts because if it's just business, I get it. You pay your time, you pay your dues, and you do your thing. But I think there are certain coaches out there that are like that. That are like, they're just business.
Mm-hmm.
That's all it is. I'm not here to be your friend. I'm here to teach you, and that's the end of it. But then there's other coaches like you, like me. Sean is the same way. Paul may put on this face that, but I know it affects people, and I know that is one of the things. It is their right. It is the student's right to be able to go do what they want to go do. I think it would be better.
I mean, do you build a bond with these people? Because I mean, you as a coach and as a helper, you know that sometimes you do things and go out of your way to help, and then you start feeling like you're there for that person, and you start feeling like like
they're my brother, they're my friend.
Yeah, exactly.
But if you don't do that, I feel like if you don't reach out and you don't do that, then you're only failing yourself in a way. I don't, like, I'm not going to change who I am. I'm very empathic, and I feel like I wear my heart on my sleeve, and people tell me that all the time, and I get it, but I'm not going to change that. I'm not going to change because I might miss out on something else. So if I close my heart and I close my soul and I close my mind to that, I might miss out on something great and wonderful, and I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
It hurts. It sucks, and I hope that person understands that you were able to, you did that, you reached out, and it hurts.
Oh yeah,
and
it happened to me. But what I told the person was, well, if anything happens, my doors and my heart is always open to you.
Exactly.
That's what I told them. But I was just like, dang, dude, like this is like my own business, and I wouldn't hear that over there. I was just a worker over there.
Right.
Over there, I'm pretty much their workhorse over there. I'm not gonna lie, but I did everything. But when it comes down to it, like that, like I'm just telling you, like like you're exactly what I thought you would say. Like, you can't close your heart,
No.
And that's why I told them my heart's always open, my doors are always open, just so they know, man. Because I know people always look to better themselves, and they're trying to see if the grass is greener somewhere else.
Sure.
Or whatever it is. I respect it, but I've seen it. I've seen it where my old coaches, they're going through what I'm going through.
Yeah.
So I'm just kind of like, dang, like, just be careful, or
yeah. I mean, that's all you can do. You can guard yourself, I think, but in the long run, like I said, I think if you close your heart out to stuff like that, and then you might miss out on those people that really do connect, and they really do want to be a part of the family.
Maybe, and you know what? Maybe, like, my girlfriend used to tell me, you're just putting too much time into jiu-jitsu. You're there 7 days a week, day and night, and then in the weekends, like, you hang out and do your thing. And that's when I decided to now, like, I'm not going to open on the weekends no more. I'm going to put time into myself, train. And this quarantine thing happened. And that was actually a good thing for me, because then that gave me more time to myself, and I got to work out, train, roll, do more of that. And I was just like, you know what? When I go back and I open up the business, I was like, I'm not going to be open 24/7 no more. I'm gonna put some time into myself, because I'm going to go crazy probably.
Well, and I think that's important too, because you have to stay on top of your game, because you don't know who's going to walk through that door.
Oh yeah.
You don't know who's going to walk through that door. You don't know if it's going to be Paul.
Yeah.
You don't know if it's going to be Marcelo one day. You just don't know who's going to walk through your door, and
those are the good days.
Right? Exactly. Those are the good days. I love it. It makes it so that you have to stay on your game. I think the best people, that's all they still do that stuff. They still put that time aside for themselves. And that if you ever need somebody to come and help, you get text me and I'll come down and help.
Man,
So I will
I
do
always
it.
keep you in mind,
Okay,
man. But
alright.
but I'm you know what it is with me is and you're probably gonna be like, dang, thank you, because I'm gonna tell you right now, dude. Like, I don't call nobody to help me, dude. The only reason I don't call nobody to help me really is because I'm that type of person that you already see it. I'm doing everything on my own.
Yeah.
Right here. So I feel like if I'm not doing the job, then the job not gonna be done the way I want it to be done.
No, that's true.
So I feel like I get scared. I don't want to leave to the gym to somebody, you know. So I'm like, they're not. I'd rather just do it myself, and you know, like I'm always like that. But then I was like, and then when you're in my mind, I'm like, dude, I know how Scott is. I know he's gonna be nice. I know he's gonna work with them the way I'd want him to work with them. So
Appreciate that.
I'm not gonna lie, man. And I hope nobody takes this like harsh. I really have a very short list, and and it's like 1 or 2 people, and Scott's on one of them. So.
That means a lot to me, actually. It means a
Yeah,
lot. It
yeah.
does, and I appreciate that.
And I guess it has to do with being a black belt. I worked hard for where I'm at,
Yes.
and I don't want that to get messed up. You know, like I at home I'm the same way. I'm like, nah, I'll do it because I want to do the job the way I want to do it. I want
Right.
to pull the weeds the way I want them to be pulled.
Yes, we all have lives outside of jiu-jitsu that we actually have to follow through on.
Yeah.
No, I agree 100%. No, and I appreciate that because it's and I think it says a lot when it comes down to that, because it comes to your character of building and what you want to do and how you want things ran and how you want to leave a mark.
Yeah.
And I think that's super important because I see the kids and I see the families and the people that come in and train with you, and they're so thankful, and they're just so I know that they enjoy every minute, and that's super important to have those connections. So yeah, no, I think it's great. But again, the offer's always there, so don't anytime. But I actually
And I'm
want to try.
blessed, man. I'm
Right.
blessed that you do that for me, man. Because it's hard for me. Like I said, it's hard for me to ask people.
It is.
I have a hard time asking for help, and I'm blessed in the certain way where people are always offering me help.
It's good.
So, and my girlfriend's like telling me all the time, like, dude, what the hell? Like, you're always like, somebody's always like, you get hooked up with this, you get hooked up with that, and she's like, how'd you know? I'm like, I didn't even know. I didn't even know I was gonna get a free car today. Like, I just got a free car out of nowhere, and she's like, dang, oh, it must be nice.
What? Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. It's just I'm blessed. That's what it is.
Yeah.
I'm blessed. I pray every day. I prayed right before I met up with you. I pray before I leave my driveway. I pray when I wake up. I pray before I eat. That's one of the things that keeps me calm too, is praying. I always pray.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
That's good. No, and I think that I was raised in a very strict religious home for a while, and that was definitely something that was a different feeling for me after I left, and I don't know, just now it's with all the craziness in the world right now, man, we need all the help we can get. I mean, it's insane. So I'm hoping that things mellow out here in a little bit, and we're able to get back to being all humans and not worrying about all the craziness.
Yeah.
But anyways, okay. So when Marcelo left, did you stay with?
I
Joe?
stayed with Cobra.
Stayed at Cobra Kai?
Yeah,
Okay.
I stayed at Cobra Kai.
So did you get all your belts through Joe?
No, I got my blue all the way to 4 stripes with Marcelo, and
Okay.
then when Marcelo left, I was actually right about to get my purple, and then he came back, and he was back for a moment, like I said, and back and forth, and yeah, Joe was there, but he had other people also coaching a lot. It was always different black belts or somebody that came to visit out of town or something. But yeah, after him, it was pretty much those people there or Joe.
Okay.
And then wherever I can, hop into town somewhere and train, and then I try to go back to boxing a little bit, but it just, man, the love, I had some extreme love for MMA for a while.
Did you ever fight? Did you ever get in the cage?
Nah.
Okay.
I just wanted to fight, man, and
Yeah.
then that's what the whole reason I went there at first in 2008.
Okay.
Because I wanted to do MMA. But
Well, because Joe.
yeah, but you know, some gyms are focused on giving certain people favoritism. That's what it mostly is.
Okay.
And I was I would, like I said, I wasn't mature enough to understand that's just the way it's gonna be, and I'm not there to have friends or anything, I guess, if that's what it really comes down to it. But I wanted to be there to learn, and if when that favoritism is going on, you don't get to learn as much because the attention goes to whoever is the favorite one, you know. And I got tired of it, so I left, you know. And like I said, my time schedule was all weird for work. But when I came back and did all that, and Joe was a teacher, and up until 2017, and I got my black belt, and then I decided, like I said, little by little, I came over here.
So what was it like to kind of go through those ranks? Because those were, like, going through, I hated purple belt.
Mm-hmm.
I hated it. It was the worst. To me, blue was okay. Blue was just whatever. But purple seemed like I just dragged through it, and I just, like, oh my God, am I ever going to move on? And am I ever going to learn anything new? And I hated purple belt. I got my brown belt, and I was I love brown belt. That was probably my favorite belt, because you don't have to worry about anybody below you. And if you get tabbed by a black, you're supposed to get tabbed by a black belt. It's okay, you know. It's like, oh, whatever. And I just had fun.
I tried to stay purple as long as I could.
Did you really?
Yeah. Joe kept trying to give me my brown belt for a while, and he's like, "You need to get your brown belt already." And I'm like, "No, I don't want it. I want to do more stuff with this right now." And then he threw me in that Grappler's Quest World Series by surprise. He's like, "Hey, let's go to Vegas and hang out." I'm like, "Yeah." And he's like, "Oh, hey, Grappler's Quest is going on."
Oh,
yeah.
shit.
And I was like, "Yeah, let's go." We're over there hanging out, and, you know, and of course a couple of kids were from Cobra Kai were there that weekend. I was like, "Hey," I'm like, "Shoot, I guess we're doing this today, huh?" And Joe goes, "Hey, by the way, you're competing today."
Oh, shoot.
Yeah, and I was like, "What?" I'm like, "You tripping, man?" He goes, "No, for real, come over here." And we walked and talked to the owner, and he goes, "Hey, this is my buddy that I was telling you. We're gonna throw him in the bracket with all the black belts," and I was a purple belt. So I was like, "What?" I was like, "Oh man." Joe's like, "Trust me, just do it, And I was like, "Okay." Did it, you know, and then that was a crazy experience, getting choked out by a little dude and beating all the big guys. But when I went to the absolute division,
Yeah.
I got a little guy who took my back and choked me out, and then I try to reach, and you know, it's hard to reach sometimes.
Yeah.
Man. And I'm trying to reach, and the guy goes, "Stop." He said I tapped. I was like, "Bro, I can't reach his hand." I'm trying to reach for it, and I'm like trying to get it. He goes, "All right, we'll start it over." And I'm like, "Start over the rear naked?"
Right. Yeah.
And Joe was like, "Don't you tap." And the guy freaking
Put you to sleep?
No, he didn't
No?
put me to sleep. I was like halfway there.
Oh,
but,
okay.
But I just was like, "No, I'm not gonna fall asleep in front of my students right now."
Yeah.
They were right there watching me, like hell yeah, coach finally getting it. He's probably all mad because all the hard days I gave him, you know. Like, go back to class. "Hey, we saw coach got his ass beat this weekend."
I do wonder if students think about that stuff, you know, like.
I've heard them.
Yeah.
I've
Oh,
heard
really?
'em.
Oh, that's
I've heard
funny.
them. Like the other day here, like one of the wrestling kids was talking shit about the wrestling coach. He goes, "You see how coach got mopped around the other day?"
Oh,
And I'm
no.
like, "What'd you say?" And
Hey.
he's like, and I looked at him, and he's like, "No, I'm just messing around. Coach knows I mess around, does he? So he knows that when I comes out of the restroom and tell him you're messing around." And he's like, "Oh," and he goes, "Yeah, there he is. Hey, coach. You know what this kid's saying right now?" And he goes, "Oh yeah, he likes to joke around, but I'll get him right now." And I'm like, "Dude." And he goes like, you can't look bad in front of the kids sometimes, and they're gonna hold it against
They
you.
do. Kids are mean. You know, it's funny. That's a one class that I fear, and the kids class. I don't get it. Anybody that can teach kids, God bless them. They deserve halos, because I couldn't do it. There's so much energy. Oh my gosh, they scare the crap out of me.
Just try not to smile. That's what it is, because they'll make you laugh sometimes.
Yeah.
You're like, oh man, like
That's hilarious.
unbelievable things out of them. You know, like they
Yeah.
just, you're like teaching class. You know, you line them up in the line, and I'm like looking at everybody, and there's just one kid doing a handstand, like upside down, little 4-year-old kid. I'm like, "Hey, that's not how you stand."
Wrong way.
Yeah.
You're upside down. Yeah, kids are great, man. It's yeah, I couldn't I like I said, teachers and coaches that have teach the man, y'all deserve it.
I'd much rather teach kids than adults.
Really.
Yeah, there's many reasons for that, man. But
Okay.
kids, how can I say? Kids are a guaranteed smile. If you're having a bad day, and you go in to go teach the kids, you see they do something crazy or whatever, and you're like, it don't make you smile, man. You're like,
That's
okay.
a good point.
Yeah, guaranteed smile every day, man. They always put a smile on you somehow.
I did not think about it that way. That's a good way.
And
See, that's a positive side, man. I love that.
Yeah.
That's super cool. Nice. So what? So you got your black belt and you moved on. Was that okay? Was that a good? I mean, was the split good? Was it something that?
Split that's coming over here from over there?
Yeah.
It was okay at first, and then it seemed like they seem to forget that I have a lot of friends and people I consider family. Like we were talking about that.
Right.
So I felt like I opened this gym. What kind of person am I if I never tell them, hey, you guys are welcome over here. Hey, we're doing this. We're having a barbecue. So I still wanted to be friends. So
Yeah.
I would always tell them, hey, hey, we're having a roll session this weekend. Might have barbecue, or you're more than welcome to cruise over. Bring whoever you want. People start seeing this, that they're over here. They start running their mouth and they start saying, like, oh, he's trying to steal the students. I'm like, no, dude. Like, I live 30 minutes away from them. They're not gonna move. That's their home, and I'm trying to branch out Cobra Kai. I want to make Cobra Kai bigger up here in Southern California. That's what I wanted.
Right.
And so that happened, and people start running their mouth and not realizing that, dude, like that's not what it's like. Like I have friends over there, so of course I'm gonna invite my friends from everywhere. You're one of them, I tell you, hey, we're doing this this weekend. Hey, let's do this. If it's and if it's something big, because sometimes I try to get big things going. Like I like doing barbecues. I like hanging out, man. And unfortunately, if I do that, it gets taken the wrong way.
That's too bad.
And that's not the way it should be meant. Like,
No.
it's jujitsu, So that happened. The split was not that smooth because too much jealousy. I don't know who's jealous or what, but I could see it. Like when people would come over here from over there to tell me, yeah, hey, this is being said about you and all this, and I'd be like, you know what, man? I'm like, I wish I was there. That's what I always tell them, but I wasn't. So what can I really do? It's a he said, she said thing or whatever, and I just take it as that. I don't, I would never run to anybody and be like, hey, I heard you're saying this about me. Why are you saying? Oh man, and I don't do that to people, but some people do that, and it's because, like I said, somebody is talking, somebody's saying stuff, and I can only do so much, man. It didn't work out. I didn't get to branch out the team how I wanted to, so I'm still continuing on trying to do what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to make jiu-jitsu a big thing in the high desert.
Yeah.
Just like I was gonna do that with that spread, make Cobra Kai bigger, man.
Yeah.
I wanted everybody to see that Cobra Kai is a good name to train under, and it still is. It still is. That's the thing. But I don't think they wanted me in that branch, I think they were not happy with me leaving, and
They wanted you to stay there.
Probably, I was there for many years, man.
Yeah, you were there
I was their head instructor for jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
I planned the competitions we were going to. I ran all the weekend competition practices and the Friday night competition practices, and I coached all the adult classes most of the time. And I almost, like I said, I did almost everything on the jiu-jitsu grappling side. I did almost everything when I was there. I was a go-to guy, But unfortunately, I wanted to open up a gym, and not. Unfortunately for them. For me, I see it as a blessing, and I wish things were way better than they are right now because I love Joe.
Yeah. Yeah.
Joe. I sent him a message not too long ago, and it wasn't a nice one. But at the same time, at the end of the message, I told him that I still love him.
Yeah.
Because I love him, bro. You know what? When it comes down to all those blood, sweat, and tears that I put on the mat with him, I will never forget. So I don't think those are fake.
No, I
Fake
agree.
memories. Those,
No,
you know, like I don't think him being down for me when somebody was gonna mess with me or somebody was gonna try to like punk me or whatever. I don't think those were fake memories.
No.
You know, I think what happened is that me leaving was taken the wrong way, and people say things like I said, man.
is that, and that's unfortunate because we are a small community. We're a small world. You know, jiu-jitsu is a small planet still, and I if there was a way to fix that, I would definitely, you know, hope that happens eventually. That gets squished, because and you know, if Joe listens to this, then hopefully he will. Hopefully he'll reach out. You know,
He has my number, dude.
yeah.
He has my number. We have each other's number, and you know, at the end of the day, I know what I would do for the guy. He probably doesn't think anything, but I know what I would do. If I saw him on a deserted freaking desert road and I saw him, I wouldn't keep driving.
Right.
I'd pick him up.
Yeah, absolutely.
Even though he might freaking bite me or something. Because Joe likes to bite people, like when he's rolling, or hug you. He'll give you like a bite. You know, I don't know what it was. And then his kids would bite you too. They'd hug you and then like bite you. I'm like,
really?
ah!
That's so funny.
But
That's
I
hilarious.
love them. I love them. Those kids, all of them, man. Joe, Frankie, Tyler, Maximus, man. They're all incredible kids, man. I coach them too, man. And every time I see them, they always give me a big hug.
Good, nice. That's because you left that impression on them.
I love them, man. I love them. And I love Joe, man, but it's just shouldn't listen to the look at all these rumors, you know what I mean?
And that's a hard thing to do, you know, because like I said, because we are such a small community, the word gets around, and that's unfortunate. But no, so okay, so I know that you have a lot of things going here. You have wrestling, you have Muay Thai here too.
Right now, we do have Muay Thai, but right now because of the whole Corona quarantine thing happened, coach is very like, I'm gonna chill until everything calms down more.
Yeah, smart.
He's afraid to jump into something, and then the government decides to
Flips
like
it up.
flip it over and be like, nope, not today, and he's gonna be all pissed. Cause yeah, Coach Gaglio, he's a cool guy, but he's very strict. He don't mess around.
Okay.
And he don't charge. He don't charge. I think what I really want Coach to do, and he wants to open up his own gym up here, so hopefully everybody will know and see. And when he finally opens up his gym, boom, like I'm gonna help him out. I'm gonna do everything for the guy, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's pretty much right now what it is. He's here, and he's gonna be right. He's gonna be back. It's gonna be going again. But right now we're just doing jiu-jitsu only.
Okay.
And we're doing, like you said, we're doing wrestling. I teach him wrestling, judo, Greco, jiu-jitsu, grappling, catch as catch can. Teach him anything that has to do with ground.
Okay.
You know, because I learned a little. Joe knows so much, man, and he taught me a little bit of everything. Marcelo, he's judo, jiu-jitsu, you know, no-gi world champion. He beat JT Torres.
Yeah.
You know.
That was a crazy match too.
Yeah.
That was good stuff, man. No, Marcelo's he's fun to watch, and it's so funny. He may not, if he listens to this, he may not remember this, but I think it was at Stater Brothers, and I could just tell it was him with his ears, you know. And I'm like, and then I put two and two together. I'm like, oh, that's Marcelo, you know. And I didn't go up and talk to him or anything, but we just kind of walked by each other, and I smiled and waved, you know. And it just because I recognized him, and I'm like, it's such a weird thing with us, you know. Look at ears or you look at hands and stuff like that. It's just one of those jiu-jitsu things, I guess. I don't know, but when I saw him,
that's what I always look at: the ears and their neck. If they have a strong neck. If they have a strong neck, then probably a wrestler.
Right? Yeah, exactly. No, oh man, that's funny. So what do you see yourself? Do you have a 5-year plan, 2-year plan, 1-year plan? What do you see?
Currently, right now I want to be here. You know, I want to stay in the desert. I want to make this grow, and but there's a lot of things, you know, like that can happen. I know, like I told you, I never thought that I'd be where I'm at right now.
Yeah.
So I don't know where I'm gonna be. I'm just God has the wheel, and I'll see where I'm gonna be at soon. But right now, just the plan is to help out kids. Like right now, I've been spreading the word of with everybody, telling everybody if they know a bullied kid, bring them in. I'll give them a month for free. And if they feel like they're not, if I don't see them, they're out of their shell, I'm gonna tell them again, you're gonna stay here until you're out of your shell. But I'm trying to offer free classes to kids that are being bullied. Just come in here and share your story. Tell me what's going on. Because the stories are cool. Like you hear. There's always a good story. It's like when something you buy something and it has a great story behind it.
Right.
That's the reason you want it, because of the story. So I want to help the kids because they have a crazy story, man.
Yeah. And it's interesting because feeling it doesn't seem like a rough town, but it holds its demons.
Well, lately I've been noticing that like been seeing more homeless people walking around than before, and a lot of the kids that come in here are usually bullied, and some of them sign up. And if I knew they were bullied, I would have been like, dude, you should have told me you were bullied. Like I could have given you free private lessons, like anything, like to get you where you need to be so you feel confident. Because when they come in here and they're bullied, bro, they don't feel confident to pass a guard. They're kind of like, like they don't know what they're doing. They're scared. Yeah. They're in that shell, So you gotta help them out of that shell. And then when they blossom, it's a beautiful thing. You see them knee slicing through to a guard pass to north south or wherever they decide to go.
Beyond belly to arm bar.
Yeah.
Mount position. Yeah. No, that's
that ain't the same kid no more.
It's such a that's unfortunate that it keeps going on around here, and it's I know it's everywhere. I know bullying's everywhere, but it sucks. When I was in Gallup, New Mexico, I was there for about 2 years, and this when I was like 13 or 14.
Yeah.
And I got beat up all the time. I got beat up because there was maybe 2 white guys there.
How much were you weighing?
Oh, I may have been 120 pounds, 115, 20 pounds. I was small, dude, man. I was small. So yeah, I was running from school. For a year I ran from school to my house because I got beat up a lot, and I didn't.
But what did you think though? Like you went home every day.
Yep.
Did you ever wonder like when it was gonna end, or did you ever wonder why?
Yes.
Why do they want to do this to me? Or
yes, didn't get to know me, and I don't think I can't remember too much about it now, but I don't think I ever did anything to really piss anybody off. But I started getting into. I met up with a guy named Oscar Corley, who was a black kid there that did break dancing, and so he started teaching me some break dancing. And
oh wow!
Yeah, so we started doing that stuff, and we'd go to the roller rinks and or the roller rink that was over there, and we do little break dancing competitions and stuff like that, and it was fun. It was a good time. But that's when I realized that it was just because I wasn't giving people the opportunity maybe to get to know me. And but I even had a rat tail. I had one of the rat tails, and yeah. So I was yeah.
How did your jiu-jitsu and how do you think breakdancing kind of still helps? Because I notice I know a lot of jiu-jitsu guys. They're breakdancers.
You know what? I wondered about that, and I do believe that.
Because I breakdance. I'm on the same boat. I used to breakdance too.
Right.
Yeah. So
I think the hip movement and the way that your body mechanics and the way that you would do like windmills and
hip heists.
All that stuff. It does actually kind of play into it, which then obviously I didn't know jack about it, but now when I train, now that I've got kind of
good workout.
It is.
Oh
it
my
is a
God.
good workout. Yeah, and I mean I don't break dance in front of anybody ever, so but I do try to keep my hip mobility moving, and it has helped, I think. So yeah, no,
when nobody's around here, dude, I start
turn on the music and go. What's your go-to music when you start dancing? What is it?
I have a crazy style actually. I like listening to Wu-Tang.
Okay,
Wu-Tang, and there's a couple of songs that you probably wouldn't. There's like an NXS song, like an 80s song.
I love NXS.
Yes.
You kidding?
Yeah, no, I whatever gets my body moving, and if I feel it, usually my go-to dancing is break dancing or pop locking or something. still,
Yeah.
yeah, man. But usually, yeah, it's like that kind of music, Wu Tang. I'll throw on some Wu Tang and I get pumped.
That's awesome. So even when you go compete, do you listen to different music to get you going?
When I compete, I listen to mostly piano music.
Okay.
Anything that's like piano. Like
That's
I
different.
don't know if I'm
That's-
saying his name right, but his name's Eric Sadie. But he's a pianist, and he calms me, like it just distracts me. But then again, and you know what's funny? Ever since I saw the guys from Albuquerque, the camp, what's his name?
from Albuquerque.
Yeah, the fighters, MMA guys. They used to train under what's his name?
From
Wink.
Jocko Winks.
Jackson and Wink.
Jackson. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, those guys. I don't know if you noticed. If you look at them before their fights, they pinch their nipples.
Yeah. I saw an article the other day about that too.
Well, a long time ago when I saw them doing that, I was like, why are they doing that? You know, and they go, like after, I was like, are they like releasing steam or what's going on? Because I noticed that a long time ago, and like some of the tournaments I go like this, like you know, and I pinch them hard, and then I would not think about anything. I was like, maybe that's what it is. I never knew, and then I saw a video about it the other day, and I was like, yeah, they are. They're like they're separating themselves from the craziness, the screaming crowd and everything for a second. So I remember it hurt, man. I'd be like, bam, bam, and then like they'd be rubbing against my gi, you know.
You're like, oh, that hurts.
It hurts, but then like it took me
To that point.
Yeah, it separated me for a second. So ever since I saw them doing that, all of them, I was like, man, I'm gonna try that. So I either listen to music or you'll see me like I'll reach inside like Napoleon, you know, like reach my nipples.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's interesting, because I know that like with me, it's music. I separate myself when it comes to that kind of stuff from music.
Try
with
pinching
music.
your nipples, man.
I'll have to give that a try. That'll be on my next list. That'll be when I go compete. I'll try that. Because yeah, I'll put on like my go-to is "Dream On" by Aerosmith. It helps me just kind of realize what my goal is today, and that's just to try to accomplish something and do something different. You know, just go out and do something different today. And so that's my go-to song. Yeah, I like to have something that gets me
Pumped.
Yeah, and gets
See,
me
that's
going
the
in
thing,
that direction.
and that's the thing. That's what I'm tripping out on right now. Is because a lot of people want to listen to stuff that gets pumped, or the other way, and I'm that other way. I like stuff that makes me feel like I'm
Mellow
just
and
like
chill.
Yeah, like I'm not even pumped. Then when they say, "Are you ready?" Yeah. And then when I go in, I'm not even thinking about nothing. I'm just like, but you know that kind of. Sometimes I think if it's a bad thing, I think about it. Like I'm like, you're kind of like relaxing yourself too much, where you need to be like ready because then you're going into the match really relaxed, and they're going like gun ho.
Yeah.
But you know, then I told you I don't want to waste my energy.
Right. Absolutely. And I think that's super important. I think that competing is definitely a different animal all the way around. Holy crap, it's exhausting.
And I want to throw up, bro. Like I remember I want to throw up, and Joe would tell me, no, you can't throw up. You're gonna ruin your pump. He would tell me you're not gonna be pumped up anymore, and I'm like, I'll still be pumped up. Trust me, bro. I'm the one doing the fighting, you know. And he goes, no, don't. He goes, don't throw up. Trust me. And I throw up, dry heaving, and he's like, man. And you walk out of the locker room all pissed, you know, like this guy's not gonna even be pumped no more. But
that's hilarious.
But sometimes I couldn't, you know. I have anxiety problems, so
Okay.
anxiety and I kicks my ass sometimes.
Oh,
man.
hell yeah. Anxiety is huge. It definitely puts it puts you in a different mindset for sure.
Yeah.
You know, that fear and the unknown and then just okay, what's going to happen next? So it's a tough situation. But yeah, I think that you have other plans coming up though. You have other things, other goals, and like you're starting another company. You're looking at doing something different. So what's going on with that? And how did that come about?
Right now, I have something with my friend Art Record. We're doing something called Hostile Tactics, and it's mostly clothing for like any time of gym wear. Like could be lifting weights or training jiu-jitsu, grappling, or Muay Thai. So we're trying to make clothing that has to do with training, any type of training.
Okay.
And And little by little, he wanted to make shirts like this, you know, like just normal shirts, and just put the emblem on there only, you know. And I said, okay, so, you know, that's not that hard, you know. So now I guess we're trying to do everything we can to, how could I say, grab everybody's attention, because some people are not going to want shirts that are blasted with art and everything. Maybe they just want the symbol, you know, something simple. So we're trying to work towards everybody's likings right now. So what's going on right now is we're getting ready to pretty much have everything we need to make any type of clothing. Like I said, sublimation, rash guards, embroidery clothing, clothes that are embroidered, hats, whatever it is.
Okay.
And we're trying to make that type of wear that it'll appeal. We don't want to just make like only jiu-jitsu stuff.
Okay.
You know, because not everybody does jiu-jitsu. So
Right.
that's pretty much it. Just anything that's going to appeal to everybody.
Okay. No, that's super good, and that's, you know, not staying in that one lane helps. You know,
Yeah.
you want to be able to branch out and do different things. I think that's going to help. So, well, if I can support, let me know. If I'm happy to help, whatever I can do. You know
Man,
that.
I'll just shoot you a text and you shoot me the size of your shirt. No?
Okay. Nice. What is there an Instagram on them, or have you got your Instagram going yet for that?
There's a Hostile Tactics Instagram right now. It's
Okay.
barely going, and there's one on Facebook.
Okay.
You'll see a lot of like we'll post stuff about the gym too on there, like because like I said, it's in the name, hostile. You know, like we're trying to show everybody that follows us on there, that we're trying to show kids how to like bully, kids that are bullied, how to like stand up for themselves, like learn how to like pick it up a notch, you know, like how to be mean sometimes when they need to be, like, but you know, control it. Control the anger. You don't want to be angry and do something you're going to regret for the rest of your life.
That's an important lesson to learn, because you're gonna. I mean, sounds to me like you had some experience in that with your childhood and growing up and things like that. So, and I think experience speaks volumes when it comes to a coach like that helping the kids. So. You know, again, it goes back to, you guys deserve halos, man, because it's important to have those kind of coaches out there and teach these kids, you know, that it's okay to stand up for yourself. It's okay to be a little mean now and again and defend yourself and others.
Show them that you got that lion in you, like the lion heart, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. And it's hard to bring that out sometimes. It really is. So all the power to you, man. I think that's awesome. That's a great thing. I like I said, man, inspiration. It's a good thing. So with Hostile Tactics, are you using the octopus in it?
Some artwork, like we'll have different types of animals, you know. But there's someone's gonna have an octopus. Like right now, I think the one I was working on last night is just a shield. It's a shield with the skull in the middle, and then behind the skull is silhouettes of Joshua trees.
And are you drawing these on your own?
Yeah.
Holy crap.
Yeah. Just on a pad, just draw.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. So you're an artist on top of everything else.
Yes, sir.
Okay. I did not know that.
Yep.
See, these are things you need to bring it out, man.
Man, yeah. No, I love drawing, man.
Really?
That's how I pass time a lot too. I love drawing. I love doing murals. I used to do Fabergé eggs. I engrave. So right now I just got a tattoo gun. So.
Oh shit.
Yeah. So I'm happy. I'm gonna shave my leg.
I was just gonna say you're gonna start marking yourself up.
Yeah. Just high, you know, so nobody sees it. So I'm gonna practice. I'm gonna do the line work and everything. So.
Okay.
Yeah, anything that has to do with drawing, you know, like I'm.
What brought that out? What was the thing that, did you just start drawing as a kid? Was that
as a kid? Okay. I just stuck with me. I started drawing Batman and Spider-Man and what was it called? Vampirella.
Oh, Vampirella, yeah.
She's always drawing those characters a lot, and then as I grew up, I started finding out more about different comics, and then I got into it. I just kept drawing.
Who's your favorite? Sorry, who's your favorite character to draw?
I like Spawn.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Todd McFarlane.
Yeah.
Dude, that's an intense one to draw too.
Yeah.
Spawn has a lot going on.
He has Violator and
Yeah.
he has a lot of stuff.
Yeah. Are you good with time? Are you okay?
Yeah, no, we're good.
Okay.
Just people, you know how it is. People blow up the phone.
Yeah. I just want to make sure you're good because we've been going for about an hour and 10 right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, about an hour and 10. So I don't want to. I know you got things to do.
No,
so
whatever you need, man. Like I'm free today.
Right on. So Spawn's your favorite to draw, and so who is that? Also like one of your favorite characters.
Yeah, he's one of my favorite characters. But
he's very in depth.
Yeah, he is. But it's funny because he has his good side and then he has his crazy side. You know, just like a lot of different characters. But I like different characters from different. I like Marvel. I like Marvel. For instance, I like Deadpool. But I think did Todd McFarlane draw him too back in the days when it was X-Force?
I don't know.
No, you know what?
No.
It was somebody else. It was
because X-Force.
It was Quesada.
Yes, you're right, Joe Quesada. Yeah, you're right.
Quesada, that's what it was.
Yeah. I'm a huge comic geek, dude. Don't even get me started on comics.
Because he went over to Image Comics.
Yeah. You're right.
Yeah, he did, and he ended up drawing some guys, some different. But
Todd didn't. Todd drew Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was drawing Spider-Man, and he drew that one with. It was a gold Spider-Man. The spiderweb was all gold in the background. It was one of the I think it was a #1 Spider-Man, and it was like all the rage about it, and that was a beautiful picture. But man,
that's where I get my inspiration mostly, I guess, from comics. I like drawing comics and portraits, but I guess most of my artwork that's gonna be on shirts is gonna be kind of inspired by comics.
Wow. Okay. So you're so jiu-jitsu instructor, business owner, artist, and all this stuff is the stuff that you're putting on the shirts. That's all original art by you.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm gonna back up. I digress, and I apologize for this. Bulletproof Octopus. Where did that come from?
Man. Well, like I said, at first I was gonna branch out Cobra Kai, and when you came here, everything was yellow and black.
Yeah.
So that's what I was gonna do, and then I liked octopuses, and it's a huge thing in jiu-jitsu, the octopus.
Yeah.
So I was like, man, I'm gonna use the octopus, but I didn't want to use just any octopus because I looked up octopus and there's octopus jiu-jitsu, octopus this, there, everywhere.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, I gotta make mine different. So I had my friend Rich make the design. He goes, why don't you put the octopus in front of a target? And I was just like, oh yeah, that's cool.
That is, yeah.
So he put the target, and then he put the octopus in the front, and I was like, yeah, let's call it that. So we called it the Bulletproof Octopus Squad.
That's funny. I was curious as to how that name came about. That's good. All right, cool. So, so what do you think? Where do you see the state of jiu-jitsu? Obviously, with the COVID thing right now, screwing everybody up. Where do you think we're gonna be? I mean, how do you think that? Do you see jiu-jitsu growing more because of everything that's going on?
Jiu-jitsu's not gonna go anywhere, man. Yeah. Jiu-jitsu's gonna be practiced everywhere. We're gonna find ways to practice in the garage.
Yeah.
Somewhere, we'll find ways. Probably even caves, man.
Yeah.
I don't know, man, because right now the way everything's going, I can't really tell, man. The government's just trying to give orders and they want everybody to comply. That's all it is. It's not about everybody thinks like, oh, this COVID thing. Yeah, it's serious, bro. It is. I see people are getting sick, but for it to be like you could stop it with the face mask pretty much, or like almost,
Yeah.
And I'm like, I think it's more about them just wanting us to do what they want us to do.
Okay.
They want to see how far they can get, and
how far they can push.
Yeah, man. And people we got to stand up for the right things. We know our rights, and we got to stand up for them, man. And jiu-jitsu's not gonna go anywhere, brother. What's gonna happen is that if they really want to make it to where we're hiding it, it's gonna happen.
Yeah.
It's gonna happen because
Yeah.
jiu-jitsu's not a bad thing. Jiu-jitsu is is helping everybody right now. And to tell you the truth, if this keeps happening, we might not be able to compete anymore.
That's what sucks.
That's gonna be it. We're not gonna compete no more, man. Like,
Yeah.
you know, we're gonna have to have a little underground, like what our friend Glover's doing.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
Like,
Do some underground competitions.
Yeah.
No more worlds. No more. Dude, that's so sad because I just love the IBJJF or hate them, whatever your opinion is on them. I feel like that is one of the. That's gonna be missed, man. If we can't get back to that, we're gonna miss that stuff. You know, it's like my wife, she does hair, and it's funny how people are standing out there with signs. I just want a haircut. You know, it's true. I just want to roll. You know, I just want to train. I just want to roll. And you know, I'm so glad that we're able to get back to that portion of it. I'm hoping that we can get back into the competition scene again.
Yeah,
So.
yeah. No, man. I think that's what's gonna happen, man. They're gonna try to just control people and see how far they can push us. And then if we allow them to take it out of our lives, then that's up to us. But I mean, I don't think that's gonna happen to the jiu-jitsu people. Jiu-jitsu people are gonna end up rolling somewhere.
Right.
Yeah.
I agree with that. Well, look at Tanner Rice. You know, I talked to Tanner when I first started doing this, and you know, he did that. He was like, I'm done. I'm done. I'm opening up my gym and I'm doing this. And I'm gonna follow up with him too because I think that he has you know, some stuff afterwards that I wanna discuss. But you know, it's tough, man. You know, it's your business. It's your livelihood. It's something that we are not able to use, and I mean, heaven forbid you had to shut down and lose your business. That's just, it's terrible, man. The state that it's in. And so I'm glad that you're back, and I'm glad that you're on the mat and helping these kids and helping people. It's important, man. It really is. And I honestly wish I knew jiu-jitsu back in, you know, when I was a kid. It's how old are you right now?
I'm about to be 41 on the 29th.
Okay. And you're still wanting to compete. You still want to get out there and do your thing.
Yeah. Heck yeah, man. That's that feeling, man. Being out there in front of thousands of people, not being able to hear your coach because everybody's yelling, and the lights, and you know, the feeling of the loss and the win. They're both good to me. Like, when I lose, I don't feel like crap. When I lose, I feel like I got set free, and you know, and that's like the most freest feeling that I have when I'm on the mats. Like, it's hard to explain, man. Like, even when I lose, I feel like, yeah, you know, I want to win, of course, but like, it's like I tell my kids, and they have to see me smile. Like, I always tell them, hey, we're not losing, you know, like everybody, well, you know, the jiu-jitsu saying that you're not losing, you're learning.
Yeah.
You know, you're learning. So I got to show them that I'm out there, and I smile, and I go, sometimes you'll see me go, you know, and you know, I didn't get this one, kids, but I show them that I could dust myself off and go again, man. I love that feeling, man. Like, I need that feeling again. Like, I need to be in front of my family, friends, and on the mat, forgetting about time, because everything just freezes for me for a moment. I don't think about anything. Like I said, man, I'm free.
Yeah.
Like, I can't hear my coach. I can hear people yelling.
Right.
But you can't hear shit sometimes. You know how it is. Someone's smashing you, and you're like this. You don't hear nothing.
All I hear is.
Yeah, dude. Like, I'm like, dude. Like, this is totally something that I will never be able to get anywhere else.
Yeah.
You know. Like, so I'm in love, man. And I can't wait to be back on the mats and doing what I need to be doing, man. Because I haven't competed since 2017. Last time I competed was the U.S. Cup in San Francisco at the Cow Palace.
Okay.
And man, I need to get back on the mats, man. And the Abu Dhabi trials. That's why they almost broke my arm, man.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. Well, I went in there injured already. So it was one weekend I was in San Francisco. The next weekend I was in Anaheim.
Oh, wow.
Doing the Abu Dhabi trials.
Okay.
But I went there with the injured arm and
from the other tournament?
Training.
Okay. Oh.
I had already been training, and I went and did the tournament with the messed up hand, and then and then I had went to the doctors, Dr. Pouts, up in over here by Apple Valley.
Okay.
He told me, he goes, dude, you can't compete. Like, you need surgery. Same thing. You need surgery on your hand. Everything's separating in here. Nothing's holding together no more, he said. But I went and competed still, man. But the funny thing is that I was taping my hand, bro. And the guy that I was supposed to be originally going against the first match backed out. So I didn't know that. So I didn't look at the list on the screen.
Okay.
And the guy that I was going to go against was one of the guys I went against at the World Series for Rappers Quest, and I lost to.
Oh, shoot.
So he was a black belt since he's been a black belt forever.
Forever, yeah.
You know, I fought him when I was a purple belt. And Jamal was like, hey, nah, don't wrap your hand. I'm like, why? Because people are watching. You know, I was like, okay. Very first thing, we shake hands, and I was like, this dude got bigger. He was buffer, bro. He was buffer. I was like, damn, dude. Like,
damn it.
And no offense against you Asians, but you Asians get fucking buff, dude.
Right?
They're like blessed. I'm like, damn it, dude. And he was so big, and his head was so huge, and I was just like, okay, dude. And
here it goes.
Yeah, and I kept posting my hand out, and then for one moment, I don't know how it happened. I watched the video. Till this day, I still get confused how the hell he got that Kimura so fast on my bad arm.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah, and he got me on the ground, and I got out of it, and then we got back up. And it's crazy because I don't know if you know the Abu Dhabi rules. They don't score no points in the beginning, I think, for the first 5 minutes.
Right.
So we're going at it, just trying to kill each other, and then he went to Kimura me at maybe the last 30 seconds again, the same arm, and I just tapped.
Because it was so much pain.
It was already, I had to go to the hospital that night. My arm was hanging like this, like a fat lady's arm.
Oh.
And it was all purple.
Oh, dang, man.
Yeah.
That's what we deal with, though. Those are the issues we deal with when we train and compete. It's definitely...
You know what? I didn't even go to the hospital. I didn't want to go to the hospital, actually, now I think about it. I didn't want to go. My girlfriend was trying to convince me, and I was like, nah, I don't want to go. And then finally she convinced me, I think 5 days later, your arm's not getting better, so we need to go. And I went to go see Dr. Pouts. That's what it was. And he checked it out. He's you're fine.
You're fine. You're good.
He said, my elbow's
Shake
fine. He said, but your hand's not good. He said, your hand's bad. He goes, worry about your hand. I don't know why he told me that. Sometimes I ask him, he's a real smart guy, but I'll ask him, why is this more important than this? He goes, because this is gonna kind of heal, but your hand doesn't, all the little things in there. He goes, it's once you screw that up, you're not gonna use that hand ever again the same way. That's it.
Eesh, that's scary.
Hands are, he says hands are way more fragile and sensitive.
Well, that's what, when people go for wrist locks, man, I'm like, done, out, I'm on. Foot locks and same thing. Heel hooks, foot locks, man, I'm out.
People get mad at me because I always go for wrist locks. That's my thing.
Yeah, I absolutely love wrist locks, but nope, I'm done. I'm out. I'll tap immediately because it's no. It was funny. I was rolling with Paul last week. I think it was Wednesday night. Doesn't matter, but so he had me. I was on my back, and he was kind of like in the armbar position. So one leg was over my head, one leg was over my stomach. And so I was holding on to my arms, my elbows, so that he couldn't Kimura me or armbar me, right?
He squished it.
Yeah, and he squished it. Well, as he squished it, my hand rolled up, and he didn't intend to do it, but he freaking wrist locked me, and I'm like, ah! And he'd let go. He's like, oh my god. He goes, what happened? I'm like, freaking wrist locked me. I'm done. I'm out. He starts laughing. Oh man, it's terrible. I hate that feeling.
Well, it's the thing is that you can't do it soft; they just slip out. You know? But
you're right.
Once you lock it in, you're like, I don't know if I should slip out anymore because it's kind of like, it's sensitive, man.
Yeah,
sensitive.
No, it's terrible feeling. I hate it. So if anybody wrist locks me, I'm just letting you know. I'll tap. I'm done. I'm out. So is that your go-to move? Is that something?
No, I just sometimes that I see them relaxing too much. I'm like, okay, and I'll just.
That makes sense.
I'm like, I'm tired of them defending everything else, but they're just relaxing there. You'll see them like here or something. It's yeah, and I'll just go right against my chest. Like,
ah, shit, I'm out. Yeah, see, that's me too. So, but no, I mean, I appreciate you sitting down and talking with me. I hope that we get to do this again in the future. We'll catch up in a couple of weeks. I think this is a good place to at least end this portion of our talk, and then, like I said, maybe in a month or so we'll catch up again and do another one. And if you're up for it, maybe we can get the guy in here to do the video, and we can do video as well, and then kind of do that. This is going to be, like I said, just kind of an opening. Hopefully there's people glean something off of your story, and they find that inspiration that you found and the drive that you found, because you have such a good passion and you have such a good heart. I think that that's something that is good to spread, and I appreciate you doing that and telling me your story and being so open with me today. It means a lot. So
Thank you, man.
absolutely. Is there anything that you want to say or put out there before we end? Is there?
I want to thank everybody. Thank my family, God, everybody that's helped me to get here. My teammates, my coaches. I'll even say their names. Like it's hard for me to say names because I don't want anybody to ever feel left out. Yeah, but
that's that empathic part of you. That's that artist in you too.
That's why I have to say everybody or
yeah.
my family, because it's hard, man. But Joe and Marcelo, Sergio Pena. I went out there sometimes to go train. He's a great guy. But I want to thank them and my teammates, everybody that I ran into in my journey. Thank you, and hope everybody's having a wonderful and blessed day. And I love you guys.
Thank you. All right. Awesome.